Yani enua Abubakar Sadiq ending komo Northern Regional correspondent in Bisane say adebia no situation in Northern Region hono na etisen na feedback no and so etisen Abubakar anopa yemokwaba. Now I'm hoping that you're doing well today, sir.
Yeah, I'm doing well, sir.
All right. So what's been the situation where you are?
Yeah, I think yesterday I left the premises of the MTN main office in Tamale around 10 a.m. 10 p.m. And as at then, the officials of the network provider were still at the premises waiting for people to come and register. So I tried interacting with them, and they told me that even 3 days ago, they are not receiving people as they used to in the previous registration exercise. And when you look at the whole instance, the whole issue, you realize that it's like people have given up or people have decided to look for scenes for elsewhere rather than following the Ghana card to just register their own SIM. Because I went to the NIA office earlier in the day, and you realize that there are so many cards at the NIA left uncollected. I asked the NIA officials on it, and they said what they needed was information, because looking at the cards that are locked up there, some had DS, some did it during the mass registration exercise. So they needed information to inform the general public that if you did your mass registration at ABCD, you are expected to move to the NIA office in Tamale for your card, because the office or the officials cannot go back to wherever that they did the mass registration. And people who went to the mass registration centers and cannot find the NIA officers feels that their cards have not been printed. But that's not the case. So according to the NIA officer that I spoke with, he told me that they needed information to let the general public know that if you registered at ABC Center, the best place you can get your NIA card is at the NIA office. So if you go to their main office, you see a lot of cards being printed, and nobody is coming to pick it. In a day, they receive just few people who comes to pick their NIA card for their SIM registration. And even at their premises too, you will see officials of the various network providers waiting for people to come for their card. Immediately they come for their card, they will then ask them to register their SIM immediately from the premises. So they are not seeing the rush as supposed to be, because everybody knew that they were going to block their SIMs, but they are not seeing the people. They are not seeing people trooping in to either pick their cars or even register at the various network providers' premises. So that's what is happening in Tamale. We are not seeing any rush from the offices that we have visited so far.
Do you think people are concerned about losing their cards?
That's why I earlier on said it's like people have given up. Because if you are even concerned that you wouldn't want your SIM to be blocked, but in the other way around, you will see that you have no alternative or you have no option then to just give up. Because if you are supposed to get a Ghana card before you will register for your SIM not to be deactivated, and you don't have the Ghana card, and even you don't have any hope of getting the Ghana card, the best is to just give up. That is what most people were speaking, most people that I met were saying to me.
Interesting. Generally, I went to some places in Accra here, and I saw that the telcos had deployed a lot of agents to quicken the process of registration. Was it same where you went to?
Exactly in Tamale. I think almost everywhere you go, you will see the telecos, workers of the telecos being there ready to register people. Even at the market centers, you will see them put up a small pavilion doing the registration at that place. But the issue here is not about the telecos. The issue has to do with the NIA officials. First, they have to make sure that they made it is made available for everybody to get to register themselves on the NIA. That's one. Two, those that they did the registration during the mass registration, they have to make sure that an announcement is made for each and everybody to know where and how to get his card. Because some people thought their card have not been printed. Meanwhile, it has been printed and locked up at their office. But they don't even know how to get it. So it is now left on the NIA to communicate to the general public for them to know how to get their NIA card.
Well, I don't know whether an effort was made to make contact with the NIA with respect to these individuals whose cards may have been ready and didn't know that their cards were ready. Did we make...
Yeah, the few individuals that I met, I advised some of them to go to the NIA and do a check there. Maybe they would have their card. And also the NIA officials that I met yesterday, I tried speaking to him on that. He said they are waiting for a budget to go around radio and television stations to educate and inform the people as to how they can get their NIA card being locked at their office.
Interesting. Abubakar, we are grateful that you join us with this report from the Northern Region.
Thank you.
And that's our colleague Abubakar bringing us that update from the Northern Region.